Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to World of Warships with the Angry Nerd. And today we're going to take a quick look at the USS Cleveland. It is the Tier 6 American cruiser, and this is it right here. Let's take a look at her. We'll start off with Concealment. She has a surface detectability range of 12.9 kilometers and an air detectability range of 8.1 kilometers. Maneuverability, maximum speed 32.5 knots, turning circle radius 660 meters, rudder shift time 7.2 seconds. Air defenses. The Cleveland is a really good air defense platform. She has 13 times 120 millimeters, 6 times 240 millimeters, and 6 times 2 127 millimeters. Now those are the 40 millimeter Bofors right there, and they are very, very nice. Artillery. She has a main battery, 4 times 3 152 millimeter turrets, or guns and 4 turrets. So she is pretty well armed. And secondary batteries, she has 6 times 2 127 millimeter guns, those smaller ones right there. Let's see. Get back this way. Survivability. She has total hit points as configured right now, 37,600. So let's close these up. Let's take a look at the modules, and we can see how I have her set up for the game today. She is fully upgraded. There's no propulsion modification. There is a hull upgrade. Hull A, 32,900 hit points. Hull B, 37,600. The hull B gives you 2 more AA mounts over the hull A. And it says +1 artillery. So there is a main battery upgrade, and the main battery looks like it increases or decreases your reload time. So your reload time on the first battery is 11 seconds, and it's 9 seconds on the second one. First battery, 180 degree turn time, 19.6 seconds. Now it increases to 28.5, but your reload is a couple of seconds faster. Other than that, looks about the same to me. Let's take a look at the consumables. I have damage control party number 2. I have defensive AA fire number 2. And I have catapult fighter number 1. It has 4 charges as it's set right now, and I never go through all the 4 charges. So yeah, I didn't see any reason to upgrade it, and all it does is change its reload time, drops 60 seconds off of its reload time. So upgrades. I have main battery modification number 1, and I also have main battery modification number 2, which is plus 10% to the main battery loading time, but it adds 15% to the traverse speed. So I went for the traverse speed over the loading time, just to get my guns on target faster. I also have damage control system number 1, and damage control system number 2. Your choices for this first one, where I took the main battery, I could have done AA gun modification number 1 or secondary battery modification. For this one, you could have done gun fire control system. I thought about that. I took the main battery modification number 2. There is AA gun modification number 2 and secondary battery modification number 2. You could have done, instead of damage control, I could have done propulsion modification or steering gear. And here, propulsion modification or steering gear. So that's how I have that set up. Now let's take a quick look at the commander. There we go. Now you know I went for situational awareness. Always I go for that first. Ship survivability, basics of survivability, minus 15% to the repair time, fire extinguishing, and recovering from flooding. Minus 7% to the risk of fire for the fire prevention. I then went to vigilance. It extends the torpedo acquisition range. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would have gone to high alert. And then I went for survivability expert, which is plus 400% of HP for each ship tier. So yeah, I probably would have done this one instead of this one, but when I had first selected these, I was getting hit by torpedoes. I wasn't as torpedo aware as I should have been. So yeah, that's why it's like that. And I think I just redid it the same way that I should have changed it when we had the opportunity to redo it, but I don't think I did. But anyway, yeah, that is how I have the Cleveland set up. Now, I did not have the Cleveland before it got buffed or nerfed. I guess it got nerfed. And I really wish I could have seen it back in its heyday, because I hear that it was tremendous ship to play, lots of fun. I have found that it's just kind of average here for me at tier 6, and I keep getting in tier 7 and 8 games with it. I don't think I am top tier all that often when I have played it. And ship XP so far 38,134. So you can see, gives you an idea of how much I've played the Cleveland. So I have found that the Cleveland gets better the closer in that you get when you're engaging destroyers and other cruisers. Not so much when you're engaging battleships, but the arc, the firing arc, the trajectory for these rounds has such a high arc on it that firing at the maximum distance that your gun can fire, it takes really good aim. And I'm not great at that yet, but as you get in closer, around the 10-kilometer range and closer, your fire gets a whole lot more accurate. At least mine does, and I seem to do a little bit better with that. But you also run the risk of getting within torpedo range of some of these destroyers. So yeah, the Cleveland. Why don't we hop into the game, see what I was able to do with her. Here we go. Okay, so we picked up the ocean map. The enemy team has a Bogue, Fuso, New York, Texas, a Emperor Nikolai, Budyoni, Svetlana, Farragut, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Clemson, Izakasi, and the Iziaslav. Looks like I am the only Cleveland in the game. I don't know why it's not showing my ship here. But anyway, we get to look at a little bit of the weather effects, which will clear up shortly. I'm going to head over toward C. Give everyone the good luck and fair seas. Now that's a Clemson, friendly Clemson there to my forward right. Get my sight set in the way I want it. And Nicholas further on over there. There, it's starting to move. New York over there. But I don't want to be in front of these destroyers, so I'm going to hang behind them. Let them spot the enemy, and I'll try to bring fire in on the enemy. But yeah, I don't want to be the front and eat some torpedoes with barely even knowing it. We're capping A. Team has visuals on 5 enemy ships over there close to A. 2 destroyers heading into A. And the enemy team is capping C. So I know there's a destroyer in the C cap. So I'm going to send up my scout plane. It's actually not a scout plane, it's an airborne fighter. I'm detected, so it's time to maneuver. Because if you can put some torpedoes into a Cleveland, easier than you can into some destroyers. So time to move. There's the enemy destroyer right there. It's an Izakasi. We missed him. There he is again. Let's see if we can get some shots in on him. Those were good. Oh, he's turning. Those are going to miss. Alright, got some enemy airplanes coming in. I activated my anti-aircraft fire. Shot one down. They're heading toward the carrier. I'm just going to run backwards and shoot as many of them as I can before they get out of my range. I think that's all I can do. I knocked down 5 of them. Okay, there's a Svetlana over there. That's a Clemson there. Let's see. One hit on him, but I shot at him with AP. Okay, there's that Svetlana. Those might be a little short. Those hit 1500. Oh, it's a Texas. Hopefully the eyes of Texas are not upon us. There we go. Started fire. Hit him again with one round. But he took a couple of torpedo hits. Hopefully he has used his damage control. It says I started a fire. I don't see it. Oh, there, maybe a little bit. Now I see a fire. Oh, he's shooting at me now. We started him a second fire. It's burning in two spots. There he goes. Okay, they've killed 4 ships and we've only killed 2 of theirs. The Mitsuki, is that what that is? Destroyer right there. Gotta watch these torpedoes. There we go. Alright, they've got all 3 cap points. We've got a friendly New Mexico heading toward B, so I'm gonna let him have that. And I'm gonna head back over towards C. Try to cap that. The New Mexico has turned off. He's no longer heading toward B, but well, he's heading back that way now. So I'm going to leave him to do B and I'm going to capture C. At New York might be in range there. Okay, I'm detected, and I'm detected by a surface vessel, not aircraft. Which tells me there's an enemy destroyer over here, and he's probably over here guarding C. And we have aircraft coming in. I accidentally hit my anti-aircraft button. I thought it was my scout plane that is not ready that I was going to use to help me detect this destroyer, and just accidentally hit the anti-aircraft button. So that was a waste. But I am zigzagging a bit. I'm trying not to be too predictable because I don't know where this destroyer is. I'm just assuming he's over here. Well, I know where he is now. He's in that cloud of smoke over there. Oh, and he drove out of it. It's an Izakazi. Hit him a little bit. I'm sure he's got some torps on the way. Let's see. There's the torpedo warning. Oh, goodness. That was close. I'm hitting. There we go. Okay, so now hopefully I can cap C here freely. What was that? A New Mexico is dead in the center of C over there. But he's got a Farragut, a Svetlana, and a Fuso closing in on him. But I need to cap this point before I head over there. But we'll see if we can help with the Farragut. Oh, he's going to eat a bunch of torps, it looks like. Svetlana has torps too. Okay, the zone is captured. I probably should not have stopped, but since I was looking through the gun sights, I didn't want to accidentally run out of the cap, so I pulled back on the throttle. There's the Svetlana. It's not going to take much to finish him off. Okay, it's flying down. Fuso. I'm going to head back toward B a little bit. It's not looking good. 2 battleships and a carrier against me and a carrier. I'm in range of both those battleships, and I cannot angle myself against both of them. Yeah. Trying to set this guy on fire. There, I got one fire going. Well, I didn't think I was going to be able to pull that off, but I think we did okay anyway. Let's take a look at what we did. 169,413 silver credits, 1,586 XP with 80 free XP. We had 89 gun hits, shot down 11 aircraft, 5 incapacitations, destroyed 4 ships, set 9 fires, and captured a base. So for the team score, we came in first place on the team with 1,057 for XP in a losing effort. But detailed report, we sunk an Izakazi, Mitsuki, the Texas, and a Svetlana. We had hits on a Clemson, a Fuso, and a Farragut. So, yeah. The Cleveland. I never had it before the buff that it received, but I do have to say that from what I've played on it, it is more effective the closer that you get. The long range shots have such a high arc, even though its rate of fire is pretty good. Just trying to get those to land is sometimes difficult, at least it is for me. When you're comparing it to some of the cruisers from the other nations, the fact that the Cleveland does not have torpedoes is a little bit of a drawback. Puts you at a little disadvantage if you get in close, because you want to get in close to negate the arc of the guns and be able to put rounds on target. But a lot of times that brings you into torpedo range of some of the cruisers that have longer torpedoes. But anyway, the Cleveland is good at air defense. It's a pretty good ship. I wish I had had it before it got buffed so I could have felt what that was like. But anyway, if you like this look at the Cleveland, hit that like button. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. Nerd out.